Hey, welcome back. We're now going to go and do part 2 of day 3 of the Advent of Code. We did the first one just a bit ago, and it was a long video. Sorry about that, but hopefully it's informative and useful. I'm still here with my daughter Joey, who's going to help me out with modifying this code. So say hi, Joey.
Hello.
So the idea now is that to speed everything up, they've got Robo-Santa, which is a robot version of Santa, and he's going to deliver presents. So we've got Santa and the Robo-Santa. They start at the same spot, 0, 0, on our grid, and they're going to start delivering presents. But we've got the elf now is going to do something slightly different. He's going to change so that every other direction will be sent to either Santa or the Robo-Elf. So he'll read the first direction, he'll give that to Santa, he'll give the second direction to the Robo-Elf, or Robo-Santa rather. But it's going to be the same exact input as we had before. It's just going to be split up Santa, Robo-Santa, Santa, Robo-Santa, Santa, Robo-Santa, right? Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, Santa and Robo-Santa are both Santas. So we can use the same code that we have for Santa already. We can use the same code that we have for the grid, right? The grid doesn't know anything about Santa or elf or anything like that.
Yeah.
The only thing that we need to do differently is we need to change how our elf works, right? So the way I'd like to do this is make it so that our elf is going to take, like, let's say, one or more Santas as arguments, right? So we could actually expand this and say, okay, we've got Santa and like 5 Robo Santas if we wanted to, but we don't have to go that crazy. But let's do this real quick. So we're going to copy the code that we had for the total visited houses. We're going to make a new spec for day 3 puzzle 2. Let's see, I need a slash there. How about that? Oh, describe. I need to describe it. All right, and now let's run it. Make puzzle 2. All right, so puzzle 2. Puzzle 2, I'm going to paste this in and we're going to modify it a little bit. So we have our grid, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't change. We have our Santa, and he takes a grid. We're going to add Robo-Santa.
And he'll be on the same grid?
He's going to be on the same exact grid. They both start at the same spot. So our grid already keeps track of making sure that we've only visited the house, or that we only count visiting the house once. So we don't have to do anything weird or special or give them their own grid, right? Because the grid doesn't know who's telling it visited. It just knows that it's being done. And then we're going to change our elf so that it can now take an array of Santas. So we're going to pass in the elf with Robo-Santa and Santa.
So that instead of sticking his instructions to just Santa, he gives it one to each?
Yeah, so if we think about it this way, like let's say, how would this work if we ran it with the original puzzle 1, right? Well, if we ran it with original puzzle 1, there's a list of 1 Santas that he can talk to. So every instruction is going to go to Santa.
Yeah.
But with this way, there's a list of 2, so he's going to read an instruction, give it to Santa, the first Santa, and then he's going to read an instruction, give it to the second Santa. If we wanted to pass in like 30 Santas, because he needs a lot of help, then he'd be like, Santa 1, here you go. Santa 2, here you go. Santa 3.
And each Santa wouldn't get very many instructions.
Right. Each one of them would only get like 1/30th or 1/2, like in this case 1/2 of them, right? So we need to change a couple of things, right? So right now, our elf is expecting us to send in a Santa, one Santa, but we've changed this, right? If we run it now, it's going to blow up because it's not expecting an array, it's expecting a Santa. So we're going to change this to allow. We'll make it backward compatible. Okay, so that means that our puzzle 1 should still work, and we'll run that as sort of another test, right? So puzzle 1 runs. It says 2,592. So as long as we run puzzle 1 and we get 2,592, hooray, we're good, right? But we want to allow the elf to take in an array of Santas, right?
So he can either choose to just give it to Santa if you're running puzzle 1, or to give it to both Robo-Santa and Santa if you're running test 2?
Yep. Yeah, so it's going to take in either a Santa or an array of Santas. I think that's how we want to do it.
So do you need to change all of the Santas on the end?
No, because I still want all these tests to still work.
Uh-huh.
Because we're changing how the elf works inside, but from the outside, it's the same elf. We're just saying, hey, by the way, here's another Santa for you, right?
Oh.
So we've got the same behavior so far, but we need to allow it to take in another elf, or not another elf, another Santa. So let's do that. So it should allow multiple Santas. So we're going to pass in Santa, Santa, and Santa, Robo-Santa. Right?
That's a lot of Santas.
Sure is. So we'll do this be constructed with Santa, Robo-Santa. So this is really close to what we were doing over here in Puzzle 2, right? We're passing an array with Santa and Robo-Santa.
Uh-huh.
But this is going to blow up, right? So far we haven't changed our code, so that works, but our spec is... should have blown up. Did I not type hint it? Maybe I didn't type hint it. I did type hint it. Why is it not blowing up?
Why is it supposed to be blowing up right now?
Well, it should be expecting it to be. It should expect it to be a Santa, but this isn't a Santa. It's an array of Santas, and so that doesn't match, and so it should blow up. Let me make sure that it's running this one. I wonder if it's something dumb. It is running that one. How is it running that? I don't even understand how this is possibly working. This is super weird. Alright, we've got Santa and we've got Robo-Santa. We're passing in Santa and we're passing in Robo-Santa. The elf is taking Santa. Why is this working? Well, I have no idea. Let's var dump it real quick. Let's see what Santa has.
What does var dump mean?
Var dump is going to spit out the variables. So it says, oh my goodness, this is so much stuff. Look at all that stuff.
You didn't type all that. What is it doing?
It is telling us what was in that thing. Oh, it's dumping it every single time. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Alright, so I have got a problem. Hopefully I can figure this out and we don't have to start over. Alright, we've got this be constructed with Santa and Robo-Santa. Alright, let me take this out and see what happens if I don't pass in anything. What I was expecting to see is the test break. But I'm not even seeing that. Why am I not seeing that? This is really weird, Joey.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll learn something from this. Alright, so we've got this be constructed with Santa and Robo-Santa. Let's go forward and make it work somehow. So we've got now Santa is not Santa, it's Santa's.
So is the problem that you're not fine with it being or not working is because you don't know why
I don't know why it's working right now. So I'm telling it that I should be passing in one Santa. I'm passing in an array of two Santas, and it's still saying, whatever, it's fine. But this should be making it not work. So let's see. We've got private Santas. Equals that, and we'll say instead array of Santas. Now this should definitely break something. Yeah, there we go. Broke a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
So we can't necessarily say it's an array. we need to figure out what it is. This should probably do some working, some broken. It does not. Alright, so we've got Santa's, and we've got undefined variable Santa in elf line 14. Santa's. There we go. Did it break for the wrong reason? It broke for the wrong reasons. This is really weird, Joey.
Yeah.
Alright, so if we build it with 2 Robo-Santas, this is super bizarre. I don't have any, okay, maybe because I don't have any functionality on here that's just like, yeah, whatever, right? So we'll do
Maybe
Santa, let's say we'll go west and we'll go east as our 2 directions. So
Okay.
Santa should be move west, should be called, and Robo-Santa move east should be called. And now we're going to do this, read directions, and we'll do west-east. So first one we want to go to Santa, second one Robo-Santa. If this doesn't break, then I think we just throw the computer away. Alright. Move west on array. So, good, it's getting an array.
throw the computer away?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So we need to now fix our constructor. Okay? We're going to have an array of Santas. So we're going to do some functionality changes here. We're going to say if Santas, so that's our variable, is an instance of Santa, which is how it used to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll say Santas equals an array of Santas. So we're just going to wrap it in an array. And then we're going to put it onto the Santas. So we're going to put it in, so it'll either be coming in how it used to with puzzle 1, or it will be working with 2 of them. Alright, so now call to member function movement on array. So now we've got to fix this thing, right? So this is now an array of Santas, and we need it to not be an array of Santas, right? So we will do...
Because that one's just for the first Santa, or first column?
Yeah, so I'm going to just make it work so like it did before for a minute. So we'll say this Santa's 0. So we want the first Santa's, or the first Santa. And I'm going to get that, and we're going to replace all of these. So these are going to be called on one particular Santa, right? Let's run it again. Okay, so hooray! Everything is working except for the calling multiple Santas, right? Because we said this is just one Santa. So we need to make something that will let it switch which Santa we're looking at any given time, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make it so that it can do as many Santas as we want, but it would be really, really simple. We could do something really simple to make it switch between 2, but I want to allow it to do multiple.
Okay.
So let's do this. We're going to do a generator because reasons.
Does
We're
that
gonna do
generate Santas?
Sort of. It's kind of going to give us a different Santa back every time we ask it for a Santa. So we're going to say we're going to get back a Santa a bunch of times.
So every time there's a direction, you'll get a new Santa that gets to do that direction?
Kind of. It's going to be one or the other in this case. So it's going to go Santa, Robo-Santa, Santa, Robo-Santa, Santa, Robo-Santa, and so on. But we're going to let that function, that generator, kind of keep track of it, right?
Okay.
So Santa, what do we call it? Santa picker equals this get Santa. And now we need to build that function. And this is a special kind of a function called a generator. And why it's called a generator is because it's going to have this special keyword called yield. So we'll do an infinite loop. You know about infinite loops?
No.
So an infinite loop is a loop that will never, ever stop, ever. So while true, it means if I get into this code, it's going to run forever, right?
That's a long time.
It is. It's a little bit. So we want to do for each this Santa's as Santa. Okay, so now inside of our infinite loop, we're going to loop over the Santas one at a time, right? So as soon as we finish looping over the Santas, it's going to go back and do it again, right? So if we just had it like this, this would never finish.
If it finishes the directions, it's just going to continue going?
Well, if we left it like this. If we left it right here and we ran get Santa, like bad things happen. Like the computer just goes, melts and dies and everything. So it's no good. But what we can do...
So there'd be no way to stop it?
Well, you could kill the program, but it's not going to die on its own. But we have this special keyword here, yield. And yield is going to say, okay, when we're looping through here, we got a Santa, and we're going to give it back out, and we're going to pause right here in this function. So instead of running forever, we're going to pause.
So it will run forever until...
It's going to end up giving back a Santa to something that asks for it, right? So now we're going to say Santa equals Santa picker next. Okay? And so it says, hey, run until you hit yield again, give me back whatever you hit on yield. So if I've done this correctly, then this should be switching between Santas for as much as we need. Right? And it says, it will tell Santa move west on line 28. So I got a null back. Oh, I need to run it to start. So Santa picker run, I think. Nope, that's not it. These are a little bit weird. We need current. Let's see if that starts it off. No. Santa picker current is not working. How would I do this? Do you know how to do it? I don't know how to do it. All right, we got our get Santa is our function. Maybe we just run it here. I don't know. Kind of shooting in the dark here. Whoa, well, we got a different output. What do we do? Unexpected open thing. Okay, so I got a syntax error. That's not good because I put that thing all in there. Alright. Do I need to initialize it or something? Rewind? I don't know. No, it's not rewind. Alright, this is going to get silly. Let's see.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is on the generators we've got to initialize them, right?
Yeah.
And normally we would use a generator in a loop, and it would just like a for each or whatever, and it would just automatically initialize it. But I'm not doing it quite that way. So let's go take a look real quick. PHP generator. Let's do PHP generators. Alright, so we've got simple iterators, right? We say here's our range, that's all fine and dandy. Alright, when a generator function is called for the first time, an object of the internal generator class is returned. This object implements. Okay, so that's what my problem is. Alright, this get Santa, Santa picker. No, that's right. Okay. While line f open get lines as, see, all of these things kind of automatically do this. Use PHP generators. Alright, so I've got my screenshot iterator. Gen equals even numbers, gen next, gen current. Let's see if I can do that. Alright, so I've got my stuff, and I want to do gen next, or Santa picker next, and then current. Let's see if I can do that. So Santa equals Santa picker current. Let's see if that helps. Nope. Unexpected on line 23. Oh, I left it in parentheses. Alright, work. Alright.
Is it supposed to have one broken?
Maybe. So we've got our Santa, comes out of there. It was not expected. Should allow multiple Santas. Let's do this. We'll move that up there, Santa picker next, Santa picker current, and we'll do Santa picker next. Move west and move east. So move west was expected on first Santa, and move east was expected on second Santa. So I have a feeling that I've got it picking the second one first. So I'm going to try this real quick, see if I flip them around backwards, if it'll work. And it does. So I'm not
You
initializing.
just have to remember to do it backwards from now on.
No, I don't want to do it backwards. I
Or
want
is
to do
there
it
a
the
way you
right
can
way.
fix it?
That's what I want to fix. So it's skipping over Santa one time, the first time.
And
or
going
something.
to the Robo-Santa, then going to Santa?
Something like that, yeah. So let's do this. Santa. Let's do that. So we're going to initialize it outside of the loop. And we'll do Santa equals Santa picker. Oops. Current. So we're going to get the first Santa, tell it directions, and we'll tell it get the next Santa. Okay, that's working. So if I move this inside, oops, move it there and get rid of this. Let's see if that works. Yes, that works. Okay. Sorry, everybody watching, and sorry, Joey. I should have done this one as a practice first, but I didn't. So we've got elf spec. We've got our elf. Elf spec is doing what it says it should. Should we do one more test to make sure it continues to do more than once?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do public function. It should allow multiple Santas and multiple
directions.
Yeah. Santa, 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 Robo-Santa. Alright, so we're going to do this be constructed with Santa and Robo-Santa. Oh, you know what? Let's make sure that our puzzle 1 still works.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't looked at that for a bit. So we're going to do...
Make sure that you didn't mess with it.
Yeah. So we're going to do PHP puzzle day 3, puzzle 1. 2592. Hooray! Alright, so that's... So far we haven't busted that one. And we haven't finished this one. We've said, okay, it's going to be constructed with it. And we'll do Santa. Let's say Santa we want to move east and west. Should be called Santa move east. Should be called.
And then Robo-Santa north and south?
Move north. Should be called. And Robo-Santa moves south. should be called. And now read directions. Okay, so we want Santa west, Robo north, and then Santa east, and Robo south. So if we've done it right, then this test will pass too. Alright, I think we've done it right.
Okay.
So, should we try our puzzle?
Sure.
Alright, let's try it out.
So
if we go here, this says 2,360. So if we did this right, we're going to have the same input. 2,360 is the answer we should get. Let's try it out. So we're going to run puzzle 2. 2,360 is bump. Good job. Thank you for joining me. Sorry for the generator mix-up, but appreciate you all watching the videos, and we'll see you later on for day 4.
Goodbye.
Bye.